Oh my goodness. We're still having bugs in the studio. We're doing the best we can to pull them out. But thank you guys for being here. We're going to go with a quick countdown tonight, so don't pay attention to the clock. Great show coming up. And hopefully, if Mark gets his computer figured out, we're going to have Mark come on with us. But we'll see how it goes. Everybody piling in. Good to see you guys. Radar's here. Josh Collins in the house. XAN. Sam, what's up, baby? Jeremy Sather with us. Good to see you guys. Sunday here in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. We're going live with another episode of Shop Talk, America's first and favorite two-wheel motorcycle entertainment and talk show. Here, 50 floors above street level, high atop Television Hill at the Clockworks compound, Mitchell, South Dakota. Charlie Wright with us. Look at that. Jeff Stout, Jeff McKinney. He said hi, lids. Johnny Ringo with us. I think Jeff meant hi, kids. Another rough night, Heather. Another rough night starting. Jesus, I hope they're not all like this. This is not a sign for Mitchell, right?
No, I think it's just a sign that you'd rather be in the shop working on the FXRT.
The FXRT is going very well. So lots of stuff coming up, man. Sturgis is right around the corner, but this weekend, oh my God, we might actually have Mark. I just saw his picture come up. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, man. Just enough time for you guys to grab a drink real quick, sit back and relax, hit the like and share button, get ready for Shop Talk. We're going live in just about a minute. Jamie Roberts going to be in Sturgis. Ashley Woodford, happy Father's Day. Shannon Bomber, evening all. Good to see you here. Behind Rudy's Fairing with us. Bruno Coppola, haven't seen you in a couple, man. Good to see you here. Paul Adams, Ford City, checking in. Rode in a poker run in western Kansas yesterday. Rode through my first dust storm. Visibility about 50%. You gotta try the salt flats. When a windstorm comes across the salt flats, God, it's just like a dust storm, but it burns your eyes.
It just
terrible, just terrible.
And then every time we go to fire it in, it does.
All right, man, I think that's long enough to wait. We'll get this one out of the station up onto the tracks. Let's go live with tonight's episode of Shop Talk. Here we go. Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It is just after, well, now it's not just after, it's a little way after 9 p.m. on the East Coast. 8 o'clock here in Mitchell, South Dakota. That means it's time for another episode of Shop Talk. I'm your host, Chris Callen with Cycle Source Magazine, coming to you live from the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio, 50 floors above the street level, through the courtesy of our fine studio, our fine brand new studio that we're still shaking bugs out of. But we're here. I'm here. Heather's here.
Howdy, howdy.
And we're trying to get Mark here.
We're trying. We're
trying.
How does it feel to not have to be a cellar dweller anymore?
Hey.
I'm just curious.
There's nothing wrong with the solar, man.
You have a window.
I do have a window.
How exciting is that? You have a window.
It doesn't matter because all I can do is look out of it. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's sunny.
But that's right. You have a window. You can see what's going on outside.
Yeah,
so good.
Know. Bill Stevens, hello from sunny Michigan. Harold Larder on Ontario, Canada, tuning in.
Nice.
Bruno, I've been on vacation. Ran a boat up from Florida with a friend of mine. Had a few mechanical problems, so it took longer than usual. Cargo is watching and want to know if he can be on TV
Cargo.
again. Of course he can. Anytime we're in the studio, the Cargo wants to drop in. Let him do it.
He has the best pickup lines.
Yep.
Right on. Very good.
Mark, are you actually with us?
Whoa.
Well, he was there for a minute.
How about that?
I got you.
Oh, boy.
No.
You got to turn one of your computers off.
Oh. Bama Oda.
Can you hear me now?
I can. We'll let's.
What the hell's going on right now?
I know I don't have enough audio from you.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Bama Odom. Is there going to be any Law Tigers at the Ozark Mountain Rumble Rally 2024? I need a tiger and a hat. Bama, honestly, I wish I could answer that question for you. But we're just partners of Law Tigers that they let us hijack their channel once a week so we can air this program. But I bet if you send them a direct message, they will answer you in a very timely manner. And hopefully they'll be there for you. Area 51. How is South Dakota is pretty awesome. The weather's on crack.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh,
I want to try this. Mark, do we actually have you?
I can hear you.
Okay.
oh,
Can you hear me?
I can, not great, but at least you're there, so we'll work on that. Turn your phone sideways.
You can actually see a picture of me?
I can.
Stop it already.
I can.
I
Look,
have pants on. You can't see me.
there you are.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Well,
people can see you. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll go with this.
Well,
That's enough to get started tonight.
I got it. I'm on a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good shit right here.
Oh my God.
All right, man. So listen, lots of stuff going on for us here. Of course, I'm crazy about the garage right now because we're back in the garage building another one of the Twisted Tea giveaway bikes, and this year we're doing a little thing called the FXRT. I'm super stoked about it, and
It's pretty rad. I'm not going to lie.
right?
Like, I think I might
You're
be.
totally biased, first of all.
Well, no, I'm completely invested in this build. I'm like, no, we have to do this, or no, like this.
Oh, she's actually arguing with me, dude.
I am.
Oh,
I am.
seriously.
But
Yeah.
it's turned. I'm telling you, it's pretty rad. Like,
And it's totally out of my wheelhouse. Like, being the last bike that I built was a 49 panhead chopper with an 18 over Springer.
let's just say the wiring is going to be interesting.
But then again, do you actually have a wheelhouse? Because you've gone in every possible genre known to man.
Very
I do
true.
have a wheelhouse. I'm comfortable with choppers. I'm comfortable there.
Well,
Why do you think that is?
Let's not put you in one wheelhouse.
Yeah, don't put yourself in a corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby
Nobody
in the
puts baby
corner.
in a corner.
How about you, old blue?
Well, I'm not feeling blue. I look blue.
No, what's going on with
I could be.
what's going on with the Model A? So the last time I talked to Mark about his Model A, he was pissed because this incredible frame and chassis he bought, he had to do some work to it.
Well, that's the problem. Work is taking me away from that because by the time I get home, there's no metal shops open. So I'm sort of at a standstill. I'm going to possibly convince Red to go pick me up metal. I haven't made the call yet, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Oh, boy.
Is it big? Do you need big
I'm
Metal?
Really excited about it. What's that?
Do you need big metal?
No, I need some C channel and nothing probably bigger than a 15 by 32 inch piece.
Have
It's
Peanut
just
go
the
get
point of
it. She
actually
knows where the
getting it in my
she
Yeah, but
knows
she works
where
as much as I do.
Metco is.
So this is
Yes, she does.
this is a little sneak peek for you guys of the Twisted Tea FXRT that we're working on. Big news for me is that I get to practice on something that I haven't done since all the way back in the days of Murray Auto Body working with fiberglass. So those bags, we actually found those bags at a swap meet, and we've been channeling the back of them, like doing a relief cut so that the shocks, so that when they might mount super tight up against the bike. The shocks are actually recessed into the inside of the bags, and it's been a lot of fun playing with
I'm a little
fiberglass.
jealous I'm not a part of that.
Right?
So I got to tell you, Mark, I like the bag so much. I already told Chris, whoever wins it, I'm going to offer to buy the bags back.
Well, if anybody out there knows who made those saddlebags.
Yeah, we can't
originally,
figure it out.
We thought the other night when we were working on the bags, we thought we were going to figure it out because we were peeling the liner away, and we started seeing a name, and we're like, David something.
Wilson. First we thought it was Wilson.
And then we get it peeled all the way back, and we're like, that's it, Harley. David's. Oh. It's not a name. So yeah, if anybody knows whose bags these are, hook us up with a.
Yeah, please. They're super cool. They're awesome. But no, it is not going to be fuel injected.
Nope.
That's Shelton did his smoke up garage build off bike. He converted his to fuel injection, right? Yeah, we're not doing that.
Nope.
Hard pass.
Let's do one big thing at a time. I mean, it's already a big.
Hey,
deal
this
for me.
is going to have a speedometer. Like
Right?
that's huge.
I'm such a
Nobody
caveman.
wants to know how fast they're going.
So listen, here's a little clip that we put up on social media, but you can see this whole build series when we get it done and ready. You can see it on Grease and Gears TV. We've been telling you about that thing, but this is a clip. Guess we can't unfuck that. Yeah, so once
Can
you
I
cut
throw
things,
you under the bus a little bit?
go ahead.
So, Mark, I got to tell you, like, before he found 5,332 other things to do before he actually would cut those bags. I, like, had to drag him to the store to get the whole saw. I'm like, look, you just got to, like, you know what you're doing. You just got to do it.
But she doesn't understand. I didn't know what I was doing.
I knew you weren't. I knew you didn't know what you were doing, but you're you.
Oh,
You'll
my
figure it
God.
out.
After 30 years, you pulled the magazine off.
Anyway, man, listen, if you're interested in this, here's the deal. The current Twisted Tea giveaway bike, and they do this out of the goodness of their heart. The good people at Sam Adams give away a motorcycle every year. All you got to do is go to twistedtea.com and sign up for it. They don't ask you to buy anything. It's not a data mining operation or any shit like that. It's just a way that they give back to everybody. So you can sign up for the current bike, which is the T-Hopper that's out now. We're actually going to be at the Harley-Davidson Homecoming with that motorcycle. We're going to pull the winner from the stage before Jelly Roll, I think, right? So that's going to be
Nice.
I like Jelly Roll.
I was going to
that's
say, I
going to be
like jelly
pretty
rolls.
exciting. So
I like
check
cinnamon
that out.
buns, too.
Yeah, we are full-time residents of Mitchell now.
Yes,
It's
we
crazy.
are.
Craziness. And Mark's moving here next week.
So, and I will beg any one of you to come open a breakfast joint in Mitchell.
Oh, right?
Please, we need a breakfast joint in Mitchell. Like, that's the one thing I really enjoy going out for is breakfast. We have yet to find the hidden gem of breakfast in Mitchell. Everything else is pretty rad, though.
So listen, man.
Well, they have a warm palace. Maybe they need an egg palace.
They do need an egg palace. I'm telling you, if somebody would move out here and start a legit like breakfast restaurant, they would make stupid money. They'd make stupid money.
Michelle, wink,
You
wink,
like
nudge,
cook.
nudge.
You in?
I don't know about it, but I'm hungry. Does that count?
All right, man. Hey, listen, you're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. We're going to take a look at a quick, cool-ass feature bike. When we come back on the other side, we're going to go to our guest. We have with us tonight Mike Beland, A1 Mike, and it's going to be a great conversation. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk. Stay tuned.
Out Autofocus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
My name is Brent Law from Brandon, Manitoba, Canada. My shop is Ironcraft Inc. So this bike was built for and with a really good friend of mine who started doing some engraving, wanted to build his own bike to showcase some of his engraving. So he found just a really clapped out, ugly Shovelhead, and we revamped it. My brother Derek, went through the drivetrain, and Marcus, the guy that owns the bike, did all the engraving himself. Marcus tooled the seat, and then it was actually laced by another friend of mine, Ken Martins, and then upholstered by B&C Cycle. Brian Fiddler, once again, a local artist, did the paint for us. He's painted dozens of bikes for us. It's going to be his everyday rider, so we worked with a lot of takeoff Harley parts, and the engraving and the paint is fantastic, but it's a pretty basic bike otherwise. Honestly, just seeing his engraving progress, I can pick out the pieces on it that were his early pieces and the most recent, because the engraving was over a couple years, and man, just the progression of his work is amazing. He did the entire engine and both fork legs before he even owned an engraver. It was all done by hammer and chisel, and yeah, super talented guy. My name is Brent Law, Ironcraft Inc., and you are watching Grease and Gears TV.
The only thing standing between you and the open road is some garage time with the right parts and accessories to make your motorcycle roar. And that's why riders everywhere choose DennisKirk.com, the one stop you need to get your Harley back on the road. Our knowledgeable tech staff will help you navigate our more than 185,000 parts, apparel, and accessories that are ready to ship today, with free shipping on all orders over $89. So tune up your ride and get ready for the next adventure. Ride more, wait less. Dennis Kirk.
Whether riding takes you from A to B or just lets you escape, there's a flow to the road you share. So go with it. Eyes open, and always have the Law Tigers by your side. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, visit us at lawtigers.com. Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
Hey, I'm Ron Fleener,
All right.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, we dropped it.
Flea's Color Factory, you're watching Shop Talk.
Renamed it.
All right, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk's Motorcycle Studio. You're watching Shop Talk here on Sunday night, as you should every Sunday, because it's truly a wonderful show, in spite of the fact that the last couple weeks we've been dealing with bugs in the studio and can't get our head out of our butts. Yes, you too.
You said butt.
I said butt.
What did I do?
You're part of this whole
Oh
parade.
no.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
No,
Yep.
I was ready. I was prepared.
So tonight's guest, I feel like I've known longer than either one of us wants to admit, but like a few months ago, there was a big kerfuffle in the motorcycle industry that had to do with EPA and whether or not regulations, whether or not EPA, whether or not, who, what, where, when, and why. Everyone was up in arms. And out of that, this one voice stood up. And I had so much respect for that I wanted to reach out to him immediately. We finally got him on the show let's go to the lines real quick and get A1 Mike on with us, and we're going to have some good conversation about all things performance motorcycle. Just Hanging Out in the Shop is brought to you by Spectro Oils. Made in the USA since 1966, the best oil on planet Earth. Mike, what's up, man? Caught him right in the middle of a drink.
Sponsored by White Claw.
So it seems like just a minute ago we were both wearing younger men's clothing and running around doing crazy shit.
Yeah, it was. It's been a great life, man. That's all I can say. I've met the best friends I've ever had worldwide because of motorcycling, and it's been great.
So in the meantime that, a lot of us were just playing around with bikes, trying to keep them running and shit, you embarked on what now is like an incredible lifetime of actual performance. You're an accomplished racer, accomplished fabricator, you're a manufacturer of parts. Like you've really done a lot with your name and your company through all of this.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. But honestly, I'm just a chopper kid at heart. I just want to weld stuff and play with crayons and pieces of cardboard paper and make patterns and weld stuff together. But business doesn't pay when you do that. I had to learn other ways to make money.
Well, and I mean, obviously, too, and on top of all that, you have quite a passion for motorcycle racing, because it's not even drag racing like the bike that we see behind you, but, there's plenty of pictures of you on dirt tracks, doing dirt drags, doing circle track, like, really.
It looks like he'll pretty much race damn near anything with two wheels.
Right?
I do. I was a former GNC pro, dirt track oval guy a long time ago. And this hooligan thing came along a couple of years ago. I hired a guy that works for me, and he's the East Coast champ, Southeast champ. And he got me all motivated. We went and practiced a couple of times as I'm building the bike. So I bought the right parts and built the bike again, because I ran the 883 series a long time ago with AMA. And it's better, of course, because we don't have to stick with 883. We have 100 something horsepower Sportsters now, and it's a blast, man.
Yeah, right on.
So
I raced with Billy a couple weeks ago. That's a picture from Tennessee.
Did you race Tennessee? What'd you think about that track, man? That's really old school.
That track is my jam. That is a black groove, red clay, hard like a car, hard like a highway, and chirp the tires going in, spin the tire, and smoke the tire coming out. Not a deep cushion like Ohio, just it gets beautiful out there. It's like a road.
Yeah.
So a lot of us...
That makes nice for racing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So a lot of us don't know you or have the longevity of the relationship that you and Chris have. Where did your passion for motorcycling come from? Like, where did it start for you?
I don't know. I was 4, and I got a Honda QA50, a push rod, like 69 QA50 push rod. And my grandparents lived on this big, huge lake, and they would drain the lake every so many years for weed control. And my grandfather bought me a QA50. It was like, back then it was probably $100, who knows. And they had drained the lake down, so I learned to ride in the sand when the lake was drained down. So I learned how to ride like on like wet sand when I was 4. And it just never stopped. Dirt bikes, I got a paper route just to pay for gas for my dirt bikes, always wheeling, dealing, trading, moving up. And just the town I grew up in was very small, less than 3,000 people. And we had 5 or 6 kids that just would rule the town with dirt bikes. We'd go anywhere. We'd go 3-4 towns on dirt bikes. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because I don't know how I never realized this until we were getting ready for this show, but just like my sweet wife here, you're actually from her neck of the woods.
Yeah, me and Jody Paris grew up together. Joking. She was more east. I was west of Worcester. I was out in the Brookfields and Sturbridge area, top of 84 by Connecticut.
Yeah,
so
it was
right, kind of almost on the edge of the Berkshires, and just grew up country. Lots of land, lots of places to go, hunting, fishing, shooting. It was a great upbringing.
It's funny because just like Heather, like you don't pick it up in your accent, and I
was 17. I went in the Marine Corps, went around the world. I lost this thing 27 countries ago.
Yeah.
Well, that, and he was like, seriously, it sounds crazy, but the part of Massachusetts he's from is a completely different.
Totally different accent.
Totally
like you
different
say,
accent.
hey, what's going on? Hey, they say hey at the end of the word. Like,
Right.
what's up? Hey, what's
Yeah.
going on? Hey, that's my accent where I'm from.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's
totally
Rich
different.
Petoniak all day long.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
Rich.
and that's Jody's accents is like, what's up? That's wicked. Jody's
And
accents
everything
from East
ends
Coast.
with AH.
AH, yeah, park the car with
AH.
your cockies.
Like, my name is not Heather. When
It's
I go
Heather.
home, it's Heather.
Yeah, Heather. Yeah, it's efficient.
Yeah, it's Heather. It's just everything's
It's an
faster.
efficient. It's an efficient accent.
Oh.
Yeah.
But so the town he's from
just
is
to
his,
say you're west of Worcester is pretty cool, though.
West of
Worcester.
Worcester.
You know,
Worcester.
Worcester.
West of Worcester.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's good. So the town he's from, actually, when you're in school in Massachusetts, every kid in elementary school had to go to his town, to go to Sturbridge Village, because it's like they would have like the pilgrims it was like a pilgrim village.
Oh, yeah.
And everything was a reenactment. They'd like salt the fish and all of that stuff. So everybody had to go to Sturbridge Village when you were a kid in Massachusetts.
Every elementary school child went
Yep.
to Sturbridge Village.
In one
The
of
state, the whole state.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the motorcycle that's sitting behind you, because that's the gorilla in the room.
That's Big Booty Judy. It's
Did you get that name?
196-inch nitro methane powered top fuel Harley.
Yeah, buddy. So what's the tell me the stats. Tell me the stats of what you've done with this motorcycle.
Well, this motorcycle, it should have an X in front of the number because it's experimental. We have a no transmission. We have a standalone ECU on it, which nobody has. We've done things differently, and it's taken us 3 years to finally start to get progress with this project, believe me. I raced bikes for the past 9 years, Top Fuel Harley. We were NHRA. We had sponsors. I would fly in with my helmet like the cool dude and race the bike for an owner. Daryl Bassani helped me greatly. Luke at Fueling helped me greatly. I had great sponsors that gave me product that I could sell to get money to go lease a motorcycle. And I would fly around the country and race these in NHRA national events. And I was the idiot with the helmet flying in from the airport and not paying enough attention to the workings of the motorcycle. So when I actually bought my own, I was way behind the 8 ball because I was just a rider. So I had to build it, tune it, and ride it now. So it's opened my eyes up to every facet of the journey. It's been great.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That picture right there is from Australia a couple months ago. I went over there to Australia for 15 days. My friend Benny, he's the fastest one-legged guy in the world. He runs 650s and 40s with his Top Fuel bike, and he happened to have an extra one. And he needed a very special part that I had, and I mailed it over to him, and I flew over and rode his extra bike.
Wow.
In a race weekend. We had a great time over there.
How do you have an extra?
We don't have any friends like that,
right?
Yeah.
None of our friends qualify with. I have an extra Top Fuel bike. Come over to Australia.
His sponsor, Denani Hot Shot. Shout out to Donnie, the girl that owns it. 83 straight trucks, delivery trucks, hot shot delivery trucks in Western Australia.
really.
A lot of mining companies out there, and they need a drill bit, they need a generator, they need something. She's on it. It gets delivered within 24 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Like that.
Yeah,
So-
great sponsor.
When did you decide that you just needed to go fast? Because like I
Uh,
said, it looks like you will race anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. I think it's from being a skinny little wimp in high school and getting beat up all the time. I just want to be faster than everybody now. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a measure. It's a time slip. There's no bullshit. There's no braggadocio about it. There's a time slip. There's an actual slip that tells you how quickly you reacted, how quick the bike went, 60, 80, 330, 1,000 feet, quarter mile per hour. It's all data. It's all facts. It's all numbers, you know?
buddy.
So
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
real time.
What's the fastest you've ever gone?
642 at 226, something like that.
Jesus.
And a quarter mile.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
jeepers.
This one will go faster once we get it right.
So, who is it that's asking this question? Mike Woodyshek. Where's the clip of Mike riding a wheelie down Belvedere in West Palm?
Oh, I love Woody. Woody's cool. He's a hamster. We were good friends. His son Colin died. We do a benefit for him all the time. He's one of my customers in Florida. He's good friends with the guy in Western Florida. There's Crow, man. He used to work for Dave Perowitz.
Corey Souza.
Corey Souza, yeah.
Corey Souza, my buddy Corey Souza. Yeah, he's good friends with him. And a long time ago, we put I think we put a 26 on a Softail and put bags on. He rode to Sturgis. He's a great guy. And yeah, there's a good clip of me riding a wheelie down. Florida was a little wild for me, man. I got to tell you, I learned a lot about life. And there was cell phones, so there's some video proof.
It sounds like Florida was a lot of what not to do.
I agree, Heather. I had recently divorced and moved to Florida and opened a business down there and struggled to get going. Once we got going, it was great. But the Florida thing is, I bought a building, I bought vehicles. I have my kids were not grown yet, so I was still paying monthly for my children. I have a great relationship with my kids. I saw them all the time. I saw them more than some dads that lived down the street. They were flying back and forth all the time. I'd fly back and forth all the time. But regardless, it was a great experience because I learned about criminal law, real estate law, contractual law, and business law in 12 years.
So Professional Monkey says, I think there's always someone doing a wheelie down Belvedere now. You might have set up
True
a trend.
Story. It's a great road.
Well, listen, the thing that I was saying in pre-show or before I brought you in was absolutely true. Like, we went through a pretty tumultuous time at the beginning of the year where everyone was talking about, the EPA and what was going to go on and changing regulations. Right. And, out of all that stuff, it seemed like everybody went under the radar. Everybody went radio silent. In the middle of all of that, you had enough
gumption,
balls to put a video out and say, hey, man, look, enough.
Well, our business is performance, and you can't step on that. I'm sorry. The EPA, the government, all these rules, laws, you just can't do it. There's always going to be a way around it. There's always going to be shops that are going to do it. And the problem with America right now is conformity. Not to get political, but the whole scamdemic. I never got vaccinated, never wore a mask ever. One day I had to wear it to get through security at the airport. One day I had to wear it to go get my driver's license. But that's it. Under threat of arrest, I had to wear it. And I didn't bring one. They had to give it to me. But this conformity with the government and government rules and government laws and government everything is, don't be a sheep. Build your bike. Throw the catalytic converter in the trash. Right. Do wheelies. It just, I don't know, man. It's the pussification of America.
I mean, push the limit. Isn't that part of our lifestyle?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what, deep down inside. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I towed the line for 6 or 7 years in the Marine Corps. I towed the line and realized we didn't do the right things. And we haven't been doing the right things for years and years and years.
And listen, I mean, right there, I want to interject and first of all, thank you for your service. But
yeah, come on, Chris.
That's not
what.
No, listen, but you have to thank
what we do as a country.
You have to thank everyone who toes the line for the service, because that I still go to sleep with my grandfather's World War II Bible that they used to carry in their pocket. I still go to sleep with that in my nightstand.
That's awesome.
And I think about the fact many times I wonder, what would I say to my grandfather if he came back to life today? How would I explain to him what we did with this country? Because really,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could only start with I'm sorry, right? But
yeah,
like seriously, that's where in the motorcycle thing, this culture was born out of guys coming back from, from
World War
military
II,
service.
World War II, stripping their motorcycles down and not conforming.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I think when I look at this, both the world that we're in today and the motorcycle community, I'm like, I don't understand where that spirit went. When I see so much conformity.
It went the way of I'll tell you where it went. It went the way of high equity in real estate, low interest equity loans, and buying that $60,000, $70,000 bike. And now it's the guys that didn't start on a PW 50, Honda 50, dirt bike, Sportster, Dyna, Bagger. They walk in with their fancy pants with their fleur-de-lis on the rear pocket and their fancy shoes and sign a line and walk out with a $45,000, $48,000 CVO. Now they're a biker because they learned about it on YouTube or the internet.
Yeah.
Internet's been the best thing for my business and the worst.
I think that's society in general, Mike.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, honestly.
And the funny
It's been
thing
great
about
for
it,
me, business-wise, selling products, getting my name out there. I mean, before we used to have to buy a Haddon Hot Bike or buy an Haddon Cycle Source, But the internet, the issue of the internet also is if you don't post every 2 times a day, in 4 days they forget about you.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Still wouldn't be bad to buy an Haddon Cycle Source. I'm just saying. Like,
Sign me up.
might be good, but man, that the thing about that, I think that this culture, this whole thing around the motorcycle, like it had a deeper meaning. It had something that was always immune from, the shopping experience, the ego and everything else that went on. And I think just like so many other cultures that have been robbed that deeper meaning by social media. If you look at the funniest thing about it, I said this to a guy the other day. He said, well, social media has been great for motorcycling. I said, has it really though? Because at the same time you've seen this profound growth in social media, motorcycling has actually come down. In that end, what has it really done for us?
Yeah. I
Awareness. Maybe awareness.
Yeah, I don't know. I use it as a business tool.
Yeah.
That's what I use it for. But I do like to keep up with my people around the country and world. I love to keep up with it because it's easy. I don't know. I think it's been a good thing, but the dumbing down of society by learning something quickly on the internet and then perfecting like you're an expert is really got a lot of us people that are actually experts or do it every day, not commenting and not helping people. You go to help somebody with an actual fact. Just a funny thing, Andrew Hefton, the guy who works for me, he has a great shop, Super Duper Motorcycles. Let his kid name the shop. It's awesome. Shout out to Andrew. Super Duper Motorcycles. Some guy said, what do we use for oil when it's hot out? I said, well, read your manual. The M8 says 60 weight oil, straight weight oil above 80 degree ambient. And that started the biggest argument with 100-something comments of people who don't own manuals telling us what oil they used and how many miles they got on their bike in hot weather. It just blows my mind. Read your manual, man.
Actually, we just had an article in last month's issue of Cycle Source that one of the top 2 tools in the shop is the manual for your bike.
Should be.
Period. Should be
the manual.
Like, go get the manual first before you do anything. Get the manual for the bike.
I'm not going to screw over the company, but guess what? They're available free on Facebook. Harley Davidson PDF share. Every manual forever is on there. You can download your manual and print it out on your printer at home.
Wow.
Free. Anytime we're jammed up here with a color of a wire or an issue with a AIC or some type of TPS issue, we go right to the computer and print the wiring diagram.
And that's another...
For most people, it's easier. Like you said, with social media, it's easier just to go online and ask a question. Then if they give you the wrong answer and just screw your bike up, you're pissed off at the world.
There's 50 wrong answers. And it's from, no disrespect to plumbers, carpenters, dentists, and truck drivers, but they don't work on bikes every day. And they're out there answering like they're experts.
So let's I want to hit a couple comments.
Right answer, research.
to hit a couple comments real quick because, like starting off, Bill Stevens says social media allows me to watch this show. It does.
True story. That's great.
It's given us many things. At the same time, if you wanted to watch this show and not participate in social media, on Grease and Gears TV, you can go and watch it there. You know, like there's embed links that, you know, for many of the things that you're watching through social media, the fact that we'll never put Pandora back in its box doesn't change the fact that there are negative parts of social media, and that's all we're talking about. You know, someone else put up here that, you know, it's exposed everybody to things that they would otherwise wouldn't have been a part of. Absolutely. It's connectivity and finding relatives that have been lost, and like there's so many good things, right?
But there's also a bunch of fakes out there and bad information.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, it just as with anything. Yeah, exactly, Mark. As with anything, there's good and there's bad, and there's guys that are ripping off other people's work and putting their name on it, and it's just a matter of, like, I think now more than ever have to do our due diligence to find out what's true.
Is it possible though? You know, I mean, like, look,
spend your day, right?
One of the things,
forever, right?
One of the things that she just said, you know, somebody rips off somebody else's work, and let's say somebody actually steps up and says, "Hey, that's bullshit." 50% of the people are going to be on one side, 50% are going to be on the other. It's going to be an argument for 2 weeks, and then no one's going to remember it even happened.
It's funny. It recently happened to me.
Yeah.
We made a derby cover for the modern M8 that has a 1-inch hole in the center, so you can actually adjust the clutch cable. And some dude has a clutch cover, I'm not going to say his name, and it has a little tiny fill hole at the bottom, a fill hole. And he took a picture of one of my racing clutch covers and made this crappy video with some rap music and called me a liar and a thief. So I let the internet handle it. And I don't know, 470 something comments on his homepage about how much of a cuck he was, and he'll never be anything in this industry, and blah, blah, blah. So it worked out pretty good for me. I just if you have people that believe in you and trust in you and you do the right things, you have people that stand up for you.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, here I'm going to point out something that Professional Monkey just said. One of the goods is that silly YouTube videos can get someone to put their hands on their bike that wouldn't without a bit of online info to fall back on. Don't we want that? It can save the culture. Absolutely. And I think
I agree with that to a point. But in modern electronic motorcycles, you must bring to a tuner. Do not tune your motorcycle yourself. Do not spend $30,000 motorcycle. Spend $5,000 on this beautiful motor you just built, which you did everything perfectly by following YouTube. Please bring it to a professional tuner. Please. That's I tune 6 bikes a week, and they come in with, I bought this map, or I bought this device, or I bought this. It's a starting point to warm your bike up and get to the dyno. It's not a final map.
Well, I think with everything, as long as people know their limits and know when they do need to bring it to the professional, like you said, like nobody should tune their own motorcycle. That's why there are people like you, because you spent your life doing that and perfecting that in your shop.
Well,
don't get me wrong. You put slip-ons on an air cleaner, a can map will get you through, and it may run perfectly fine, or you feel it runs perfectly fine. It may not be perfect, but it's going to get you through. But as soon as you do a cam and a different exhaust, maybe some heads and a big bore kit, you need to get to a tuner. Modern motorcycles. Modern motorcycles.
Mark?
Well, we're in big trouble because we rarely work on a modern motorcycle. So.
No, but the reason I cut to you real quick is how many times have you heard this conversation with Poppy? You know, talking to Steve Broyles, and you know,
multiple times.
I love Steve.
And I totally agree. You can't change your combination and not expect to have to go to somebody to, especially like he's saying, modern motorcycle, have them tune it correctly. If not, you're gonna ruin a lot of the money, throw a lot of money away you put in ruining a perfectly good motor because you didn't pay attention to how it was tuned.
Well, and I think this is one of the things that we're talking about too when we're talking about going against the idea of compliance, of voluntary compliance, and like standing up for some of these guys like Mike, like Kevin Baxter, like Steve Broyles, on and on. I could go through the list of people who have spent a majority of their career perfecting their craft so they could tune these motorcycles, so they could make better products that run better. And there's arguments for even the efficiency side of it, but without the opportunity to provide our evidence, in a factual manner, like Mike is talking about, without that opportunity, it all goes away over veiled threats. I think that's really what we stand to lose too.
Mike, how do you keep up with the technology? Because it has changed significantly. How do you keep up your education with that?
So, because I've been tuning bikes for 28 years, we've used ThunderMax, TTS, Power. We tune all platforms here that let you break into the ECU or replace the ECU. Because we've been doing it so long, we have good industry friends. We get what's called beta. I know some people understand that. We get stuff that's before anybody else. They trust trusted tuning shops to get stuff like that. And we have to send it back and tell them what's wrong with it. It doesn't do this. It does do this. And right now we're patiently waiting for 24 stuff. The VVT stuff and the 24 stuff is off the wall different. And it started with the Pan America, which a bike I love and I ride all the time. That whole electronic dash in the 24 is based off the DCM from the Pan America. So we can tune a Pan Am, but not the new 24s yet, the CVOs, and 24 the VVTs.
So Professional Monkey again with another comment. There are a ton of shyster tuners out there also. They tweak their dynos to inflate numbers, etc. Dude showing 150 horsepower out of a 107 with a cam.
That's industry problem. And as you get in this industry for longer and longer, you realize that people do that to sell parts or to make their customers happy. My suggestion is, does the bike run good?
Amen.
Does it backfire? Does it start? Does it get good gas mileage on the highway? Does it run great? People call me all the time. Oh, my bike made this and it's a little low. I'm like, well, it's a little low compared to the Infinite. Does it run fine? Does it drive fine? Does it start when it's cold? Does it start when it's hot when you get gas? Then don't touch it. It's done properly. Don't worry about the number.
Yep. Yeah, so Mike Woodyshek is asking us to get you to expand on some of the stuff that you do through manufacturing, the parts line that you have. And we got some pictures we asked you to send in earlier, and you really do. But talk about that too, because even that changes in the world today, right? Like it's got to be more challenging for you guys all the time.
I'm super lucky. I have a huge CNC house 40 minutes away, and the guy's my friend.
Right on.
So I'm not a CAD cam guy. I'm a manual machinist for Harley-Davidson engines. I'm not a machinist as far as CNC stuff. So one thing about where I went to school, 7th and 8th grade, we had mechanical drawing.
Wow.
So I can do a really good 3-piece drawing to give the CNC shop that they can put into CAD and give me a sample.
Right on.
When they give me a sample, we test it on the bike. Let me say, yeah, punch 100 out and let's go. But it comes from a design on paper. All my products are designed on paper first. Oh, the ventilator. That's been great.
Yeah, right.
I think we've sold over 70,000 of those.
No shit.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Talk about that for a minute. Like, tell somebody that might
with
not
the
know.
product, when the M8 came out, they were dumping lots of oil into the intake. And it comes from poor ring seal from the factory. The barrels aren't round, the rings aren't right, and puts a lot of combustion pressure in the bottom end. So the bottom end pressure goes up through the bush rods into the head, through the head breather, and pushes the oil into the air cleaner and into the intake throttle body. So it coats the top of the cylinders with crusty oil and just doesn't make for a good, happy engine when you're getting hot oil instead of fresh, cold air. So we did that. It goes in the oil tank, 2-foot hose and a little vent, the little uni air filter. It goes up on top of your throttle body. Prevents crankcase pressure. Doesn't prevent sumping. It doesn't make any power. But on every upstroke, it does suck in cool air that's in the base of the motor. So it does help. We sold a lot of them. The only people that have problems are the people that can't read directions.
Well, here you go again, talking about the new world we live in.
Right. I watched the video. You installing it. I said, "You set your oil level correctly?" No, I watched the video.
Right.
That's our push drive for the 09 up. We saw a lot of sprocket and chain conversions because we're a performance company, and a chain won't break like a belt. Requires more maintenance. Yes, it's dirtier. Yes, it's noisier. But when you want to change that gear ratio, you need a bigger sprocket.
So, do you hear that? Do you hear how go fast, use a chain?
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, belts work great.
Belts stretch.
They don't stretch. They snap. They don't stretch. They're Kevlar. They're wound properly, and they just snap. They're low maintenance. They work great. 150, 160 horsepower bikes with belts, but the guy's a normal rider. Right. If you're an animal doing wheelies and snapping the clutch and doing rolling burnouts, you got to go to a chain. Simple as that.
Yep.
What's your favorite motor to work on? Like, I know everybody has
the M8. When the M8 came out, we dove right in 2016 and a half when it came out. 2017 model, 4-valve head like a Honda. I can mail order you a 150 horsepower, 150 torque kit in the mail that we can send you a starter map to get to a dyno, and you can do it in your garage with the help of YouTube. That's insanity.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, since 2017, it's insanity. 120 horse twin cam, we were like on top of the world, unless we were racing, you know, of course, with big, huge heads and this and that. But 120 horse street bike years ago was the top.
Dude, and
now we do 143s out of here that are touring bikes with 175 horsepower. It's ridiculous.
And honestly, even to hear guys talk today about performance accomplishments where everything's squared, you know, 120, 120, 150, 150. That used to be a very, very big deal to achieve those numbers squared.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. The cam technology, the cylinder head technology now, piston technology, round cylinders, thin rings, they seal well. And also, again, computer control of front and rear cylinder. We used to put with the carburetor, you have no control of front and rear. You're just putting the fuel in, you hope it goes to the right cylinder because you have a shared manifold. So with the fuel injection, we're spraying it at the intake valve and we're controlling exactly the right amount because one pipe might be 10 inches longer than the other. It's going to require different amounts of fuel for that cylinder.
Dude, I love this shot of you at the Rock.
Yeah, that's Meth Beth. That was that bike ran at 807 at 179. The record was just broken today, by the way. First M8 in the sevens by Jeremy Williamson. He was at US 131 today. He ran a 797.
Wow.
So I have a new bike. We're working on it. So hopefully we can take the record back by the end of the year.
So we were talking before the show. He went out to Dream Rides track day at the drag strip.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
No kidding.
Yep. He went after Tenjum. He went out. And we were talking how much we think the company should really start doing more track days.
Yeah, more participation.
Because people want to go make their own memories. They don't want to sit there on the sidelines and dream about it. I think that would have a much bigger impact.
Yeah, we had a class that morning, probably had 80 people learning how the lights work, how to stage your bike, and how to go down the track. It was great.
No shit, you taught the class.
Yeah. Well, John asked me to teach these people because they're a little nervous about doing it. Because if you don't know how to do it, you don't want to look like a fool, right?
No, listen, we've been giving John a lot of credit for this because he's got more people out to the track in the last couple of years doing this. Like, it's incredible.
Agree.
He said had like 120 riders that day. 80 took the class.
Yeah, we had 120 street bikes that day.
That's crazy.
Dude,
that's awesome.
It's so much fun. There's nothing like the feeling of those lights going off and you taking off down that track. For people to get that experience is huge.
Yeah, Mark, you held some records, right?
Oh, the bike that we built did, 7 years, fastest street Harley in the world, 7 years. It was a street Sportster. It was just the buddies that we built and went racing and just, I guess, good rider.
Fast Eddie Lazowski.
I mean, it was like 100 years ago, but...
Yeah, it truly was. Literally 100 years ago.
Not quite 100 years ago, but
all those years.
Yeah.
Mark, was that a
What,
flash
90
bike? Flash?
What? Yeah, it was the first flash race. Actually, we were
Yeah,
involved in
Flash.
the first Flash.
So Flash stands for fastest legal all street Harley.
No shit.
Right.
Yeah, that was a big series. Doug Morrow from Carl's Speed Shop in Daytona, they were big in it. It was a crazy series.
Well,
yeah, actually, I still have the pins and the stuff from the first ever Flash race in Sturgis. It was my first time.
That's awesome.
I think 92, I think 91 or 92, and we went out.
See, these kids don't know nothing about that.
Fast. What's that?
These kids don't know nothing about that.
No, nothing at all about it. Dude, and we were just punk kids in a pickup truck, had no clue what we were doing. We just like to go fast.
That's awesome.
Dude, it was great too. The whole program was underwritten by one of the major Pittsburgh market share Harley dealers, Spirit Harley Davidson.
That's awesome.
And the owner was a maniac, Terry Sanford. Like, we got tons and tons of stories. Like, his nickname was Bouncer, and he was a handful, boy, but he took care of those guys and sent them out racing all the time. It was pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we went all over the country, man. We went everywhere. It was great.
Yep.
HDRA loved us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, back to...
Just get that experience, for those people to get on that bike and, like you said, to learn how to read the lights and not go out there and make an idiot out of yourself, and to take that time to run down the track and enjoy yourself. What John's doing with Dream Rides, dude, that's cool as hell. It's awesome.
Well, that's where I was going with it too, because for you guys to achieve 120 riders, I think that might have been more than the crowd that the last time I was at an HDRA event.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
It's rider driven, not crowd driven, right?
Yeah.
We do a race every year in Shelby, North Carolina, called Cash Days. We did our second year this year. It's always the first or second week in April. And this year we had over 200 entries. We had 1,500 people through the gate. We gave away $31,500 in prize money. Every industry sponsors on board. It's awesome. I use my 28 years in business to pull money in from these sponsors that I bought stuff from for 28 years to give me a little bump for the prize money. I make no money on it. It all goes to the racers. It's $20 to sign up, and you race for the pro bagger class was $10,500 to win.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, the other classes were $4,500 to win. We had a bagger. We had a ET race night for like $1,000. It's there's no mini bike races. There's no bands. There's no beer trucks. It's motorcycle racing, period.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people that I will spend an entire day at the track. Like,
Right.
I truly enjoy it. I like photographing it. I like the smell of it. I like everything about it. I don't care about the rest of that stuff.
200 bikes, 10 a.m. We were done at 6:30 p.m.
Wow.
I have the best crew that runs the lanes for me.
Yeah, no
Alicia
shit.
and Brenda P. And Tim Hogan's a microphone guy, and they run the whole deal.
All right.
Yeah.
So I know the question everybody's dying to know. What are you running at Smokeout this year?
I don't know yet.
Huh?
We might put a tire on this bad boy. I don't know. My Pan Am. The Toast guys from up there in Northeast kicked our butt. We had a couple of dirt track bikes. We thought were going to be in the mix. We went to the final, but man, that Indian, the FDR Indian, ripped. That thing was awesome.
Yeah,
he
that
was
thing
riding
was
like
sick.
a man too. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh geez, yeah. I had my shirt off. I think I had my VIP pass on my helmet. If you look, like stuck in my helmet like a visor.
Yep. So good.
Yeah, it's
so
a good time.
Yeah, Smokeout's great. And
You never know what happens. You might end up on stage with a bucket of water with Dave Perowitz and Marty somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Dude, we
at
actually had to get
Smokeout.
Dave to slow down with the water that night.
Dave was nuts, dude. I love that guy. Mark Hendricks over there, and I was with Kiefer, and holy moly, it's those guys are all awesome. Bob Cashwell, all the guys I know over there across the street, and the yellow shirts are just great. Good time.
Yeah.
But it's great too, right? Because like for a bunch of us, that was our first connection point. Like when we got to Smokeout, and like all of us coming from all over the country, and
Right.
that was where we first all started to get together. And like this many
Yeah.
years ago later to be able to keep that, because that atmosphere at Salisbury is absolutely there.
I love that you brought it back to Salisbury.
Oh, yeah,
I love that.
So
Yeah,
happy.
it's-
I don't think we would have done it if we didn't.
Yeah, the builders,
The only place
the
it
builders
could've been.
corral in the front building, everything was just awesome this year. I had such a great time.
Oh, thank you. I do. You are coming back this year, right?
Of course.
Okay.
My man.
So I didn't get a vendor spot. Let me explain why. Because I was trying to sleep and I was next to the burnout pit. I'm like, I got super drunk. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 11 o'clock. I got woken up at 1 o'clock, 1:05, 1:10, 1:12, 1:15.
Actually, people actually sleep at Smokeout.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna come with a camper and go way in the back.
Right on. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's coming up fast.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what, man. I love having you there. So anything that we
Yeah.
can do to accommodate
know.
whatever you want to have, like, you know, please
I'll be there,
come
of
out.
course, to support.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So good. Yeah, that's the general consensus when I ask people, "Are you going to vend again?" They're like, "No, man. I had too much fun. I don't want to worry about.
Yeah, like
I don't
sitting
want
at
to
the
worry
booth
about
was
trying to sell
torture.
stuff. I just want to have fun."
Yeah, sit at the booth was torture, you know?
Oh.
Right on. So tell everybody where they
I
can.
say Smokeout has come up in multiple conversations just in the past days around here.
Oh
So,
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. You know, especially we just announced the headliner that we're bringing the Texas Hippie Coalition in, and I didn't.
Oh yeah, THC. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, I
Chris,
didn't realize.
Maybe get that. Maybe get that TT track going in the back.
I want to.
We're gonna work on that. That
Yep.
somebody else built that track, and
Yeah,
they
but
got
you could have some. You could have a hooligan race there.
yeah.
So listen, if I can talk to Randall, and get him to let us do some stuff, will you help us get a couple guys there to do it?
If you get that track shaped up, I'll get you 15 guys.
Right on. It's on.
whoa.
Well, I know who I'm
Nice.
calling first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, because
Our
that's
insurance
all
bill.
I've talked about. Actually, the whole reason there's a dirt drag there is because the first year we came in, we're like, all right, we want an oval. And he was like, nope, can't do an oval. We're like, okay, how about a dirt drag?
why couldn't we do an? Oh, we couldn't do an oval there because they were using it for parking,
Yep.
and then that
Right.
changed, and then yeah.
Now we can do it though, right? Like, I mean, we can make this happen.
Well, let me call the insurance company first. Let's see.
There's that business girl again.
Right?
Let's call the insurance company.
Well, Mike, tell everybody where they can find out more information about you, your products, the company.
A1cycles.net.
We're going to put all the links up for it.
Yeah. Instagram's A1 Mike. There's always something cool on there. Yeah, it's just like I said, man, this industry is treating me so well, and like you and Heather and everybody, I've met people for 20-something years that I just thoroughly enjoy it. By the way, just super excited. Just an example of industry friends like Steve Broyles and Barry Wardlaw is coming up to get in the wind tunnel 10 miles from my house on July
Okay.
8th. So I'm going to go over and help him move the bikes around and help him out. And it's going to be great. I can't wait to see him and hang out with him. That guy is so cool.
What the hell is Barry getting in the wind
Yeah.
tunnel?
Barry got the pan head top. So I'm going to try to say this right.
Bonneville.
The pan head streamliner from Keith Ball.
Yep.
From Easy Riders.
No
Yep.
shit.
They're bringing it to Bonneville. I
And
knew
he's
that.
bringing 3 or 4 different fairings and 3 or 4 different tail sections. And we're going to get in the wind tunnel and see which one works best.
When is this happening?
He told me to bring my gear just in case I get called upon to sit on the motorcycle.
When is that?
And that
Can
is-
we be there?
That is the
Whose
only
video
thing
is that
left
for
on my
Tweaking
list.
Gears
I got
TV?
Top Fuel, Dirt Track, M8 drag racing. I've never been to the Salt Flats, and I really want to go.
It's awesome.
Who's
Yes.
hey,
I know.
Bonneville
video
is
that
awesome.
for Greasing Gears TV.
Right?
Yeah.
So listen, I'll put this offer out there too, because I know we're currently, me and Big Brian out of Ohio are working on the War Pony, getting it ready to go back probably for
Nice.
next year's Bonneville. So if something happens and you don't end up making it, or you don't get a ride this time, if we're out there with that bike, you're totally welcome. That we did just in testing, getting ready to go to Bonneville, we had that thing rocking 114 in the 8th mile at Sturgis. So
Nice.
it's going to be a quick
exhaust.
yeah, with an exhaust that was too small. So
Right.
we're looking for that to be a fun motorcycle.
Awesome.
Hey, come here. Come in here. We got a special guest coming into the studio.
I've got a couple people here with us, a couple of Instagram.
Come on, come around, come around.
Come on in.
So they're not going to be able to hear you guys, but Lisa just got back from Laconia.
Hi, Miss Lisa.
Hello, how are you?
How was Laconia?
The first couple of days were rainy. It was rainy.
it's
After that,
Rainconia.
Rainconia.
crazy fun. It was a
So
blast.
it's Laconia.
I've seen more. A lot of people from, and I'm gonna mispronounce this. I'm sure Quebec.
Quebec.
Wonderful, polite. I love their energy. It was crazy. It was
Yeah,
good.
buddy.
It was fun. Yeah. I learned 2 new words that they use up there.
Go ahead.
They said our flares are wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Wicked
smart.
The wicked smart. It worked.
Did they?
It
Did you?
worked
Did
awesome.
you get Wicked Pissa?
Never heard of wicked
Wicked
pissa.
Pissa?
Wicked Pissa. That's a good one up there.
No, I just said
Hey,
wicked
listen, I
smart.
got to tell you, fucking flare windshield, they really work.
No,
it's
they,
wicked
this-
awesome.
He's a wicked smart. Wicked smart. It took me like 2 days, and finally I asked this guy. I said, "What are you saying?" He said, "I'm saying smart. Don't you know what smart means?" I went, "No, I don't fucking know what smart means."
Can you spell that,
Yeah,
please?
smart. You know,
SMAHT.
SMAHT, Mike says.
Yeah, smart.
So who else is with you?
I've got a couple of Instagram influencers bebopping around with me.
Yeah,
They're just touring the facility.
doing the big tour.
I thought I heard some rumblings out there.
Right on. So listen, of the amazing clock crew that you'll see out on the road.
She's the bomb.
Yeah. If you get a chance to hang out with Lisa, Lisa's wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
She's wicked
She's
smart.
wicked fun.
Whatever. Oh, I was supposed to give you a hug. This
Cow,
is from your
Cowboy,
son.
Jeff Devereaux, all
your
those dudes are
grandparents.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mr. Brian Clock actually says Mike is one fast dude. Been fun to follow his career.
Yeah, his windshield is on my bike.
I'm gonna go back
Right
to my tour,
on.
guys.
Bye, guys.
See y'all later.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
I'll be here
Be
tomorrow.
good.
All right, Mike. Well, listen, man. Thanks for coming on and taking time with us. I hope to have you on, and I actually hope to. I want to get a hold of you tomorrow, maybe, and talk about this adventure with Barry Wardlaw, because maybe we can get some of
So
that.
I'll see you. I'll see you smoke out before Daytona, right?
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Smoke out
Yeah.
us before Daytona.
So, by the way, I'm coming to Daytona with an M8 chopper
Oh.
that is 6 out, 8 up, M8. Carbon
Nice.
fiber wheels, big brakes,
Is it done?
lightweight.
Whose
It's
wheels?
not done. The paint is done. I can't even show you a picture of the paint. You'll die. I'll text you, Chris,
I was-
and show you a picture of the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Text me. I want to see.
It is insane. The paint. It is 90s pin flames, like a Perowitz pin flame job, and it is Hemi purple with white to blue acetylene flames with green trim.
Oh.
Carbon fiber wheels, 200 horse turbo M8, and I just want to do third gear wheelies down the highway. That's
Well,
the
make
goal of
sure
this
we can
project.
ride with you
Oh
so I
yeah,
can
buddy.
get it
I
on
want to.
film.
I want to film you doing third gear wheelies down the highway on an
Just
M8
crack
chopper.
it and lift it up and go. Yeah, carbon fiber wheels, sticky tires. I'm trying to start a new scene called performance choppers. We
Yeah.
haven't
Yes.
figured out the dress code yet, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna figure it out. I think
Are you
it's
going to
gonna
have
be.
fleur de lis on your pants?
Wait, yeah, fleur de lis got to be somewhere.
No, I think it's gonna be jorts and Sperry Docksiders.
Oh
Set us
my
apart,
god.
you know.
Oh, I can't wait to see
I'm
that
all,
motorcycle.
I'm all about the scene.
Mark is too. He doesn't look like it, but he really is. He's a hipster at heart.
I think maybe some leather pants might be in order for that one. Some leather pants and guy liner.
Oh, guy liner.
Eyeliner?
Just saying.
Oh yeah, right back to White Snake. Yeah.
Right to the top.
I'll stick with the steel-toed Docksiders.
What was I talking about the other day? What kind of shoes?
I have no
And
idea.
you said they were crunchy granola flip flops.
talking about?
I don't know. I said something. I said, Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks. Yeah, those shouldn't even be a thing.
Oh.
All right, man. Well, listen.
I've had a great night. Thank you so much.
Man.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks
so
for
much.
thanks
You
for
guys are
coming
awesome.
on, and thanks for, like I said at the beginning of all of this, my admiration, my respect for you, standing up when it's something important and people are afraid of what other people are going to say or what they're going to think. You having a voice out there for a lot of us, that was awesome. So I know it's probably put a lot of heat on your ass, but thanks for doing it.
That's okay. We're used to it.
Right on, man.
So good.
All right,
Can't
we'll
wait
hook
to
up
see
with you soon.
Of course. Thank you so much.
All right,
Be
buddy.
good.
Hey, man, you're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. I appreciate you guys being with us. We're going to take a look at a new product when we come back on the other side. There's more, believe it or not. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk.
True. What's up, everybody? I'm Nate. You're watching Grease and Gears TV, and this is your product spotlight. Today, we're going to talk about the Cardo Pack Talk Pro. Cardo's Pack Talk Pro introduces a unique and vital feature, a crash detection system. An inertia measurement unit in the headset senses the dramatic shift in a crash and immediately alerts your emergency contact that a crash has happened, sending your location to them. Some other nice features that make life easy with the Pack Talk Pro are the auto on-off feature to save battery life, a long battery life rated at around 8 hours of continuous communication, while having music and GPS running as well. The audio is powered by 45mm JBL speakers that are the truest and most balanced sounding headset communication speakers that I have experienced on the market. Now, while the microphone does work better in a full face, a thoughtful feature in the app is that the microphone has a level adjustment to mitigate wind noise as best as possible. So if you are running an open face helmet, it is not going to perform as well as in a full face, but it still does work. You're just going to hear some wind noise on the other end as well. This premium system from Cardo comes in at $459 with a 3-year warranty. You can check it all out at www.cardosystems.com. I'm Nate with Grease and Gears TV, and this has been your product spotlight.
Nate is so good. Nate, thank you so much. Nate
I think
is,
Chris wants to marry you.
Well, he's our West Coast operative for Grease and Gears TV, and he's been killing it, like doing stuff like this. He got the opportunity to go out on that Cardo press ride and turned in a killer product review, and we appreciate it. Hey, lots of stuff coming up. If you're not aware of the many, many features that Smokeout offers this year, on top of Texas Hippie Coalition,
Booyah!
There is a motorcycle being auctioned off, and this is to benefit Meals on Wheels. Actually, you can get tickets right now. Heather has the link. She's going to throw it up for you guys. But Logic Cycles heading up this effort. You see all the companies there: Clock, Bagger Nation, NAMS, Dynojet, Doug's Polishing, Fueling, all throwing stuff in Steve's Garage. We're all getting behind this. We're going to all the cool kids. Yeah, we're gonna turn this crusty old motorcycle. I think someone donated the motorcycle, and that's how it all got started.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember that guy's name.
Right now, Ricky's somewhere swearing about me.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna do like kind of like a lowrider Vicla style.
Yeah.
Thing going on. It's gonna be cool.
All of that goes to benefit Meals on Wheels, though, through our brother and hamster founder, Mr. Ed Kerr. We're doing it all in his name, and the winner will be pulled during Smokeout. Mm-hmm. I believe they're trying to have this thing ready for Sturgis, so you guys can lay eyes on it. Yep. But stay tuned for that.
Uh-oh, good to sneeze.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I think
Between
I got
the sneezing and the yawning, Mark, I don't know what's going on over there.
Did you hear them go down the fire pole?
Did they?
Yeah, I could hear it.
I'll be impressed when somebody goes up the fire pole.
That's right. Because I've tried a couple times. It leaves such a burn. Oh, the burn.
The burn, the burn.
Heather, you ought to jump up real quick and give everybody a quick tour. We were going to do that last week.
Do you want to send me a link?
I think I did.
That was the old. I can try it. Let's see if it works.
Okay, in the meantime, while she's getting ready, I'm going to take you guys on a quick tour. If you're not hip to the wows of Grease and Gears TV, it's like Netflix for motorcycles. You can check it out through your Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android TV, or your iOS and Android devices. Like I said, just like Netflix, but all motorcycle stuff. You can watch ShopTalk here every week. You can check out product spotlights, feature bikes, races, all the BRL stuff on there. Lots of good stuff, and it's kind of like what we do with the Cycle Source magazine, but it's live and in video all the time. So get out and check that out, and tell us what you think. We need some feedback. What do you think, Heather? You up and running?
I'm working on it. It's just going to take 1 second.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, see? Did you see them bags? Did I mention that?
Those bags?
Yeah.
Which bags? What bags are you talking about?
Right there, baby. FXRT.
You can see those bags. You have me blinded.
That's what I'm working on
I
right there.
blinded them.
And look at that. Look at that Clockworks RP. Oh, no, I don't. Where are you?
Waiting to join.
I don't have you.
Oh.
Nope.
No, it must be the old link.
Well, that didn't work out the way we had planned.
Hang on 1 second. I'm going to send you the new one. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
So, if you're not aware, we're building a new Twisted Tea giveaway bike. You don't have to pay anything to sign up for that. Go to twistedtea.com today. The new motorcycle is a 1992 FXR. We're making an FXRT out of it. It's going to be bitchin'. You will definitely dig it. We dig it already and want to keep it. Okay, Heather has the new link. In the meantime, I guess I could probably do some news.
The Shop Talk World Report is brought to you by Law Tigers. Get the compensation you deserve and get back on the road with Law Tigers.
First up in the news tonight, this in from KEVN, Black Hills Fox, successful test held for Sturgis TT race. There it is right there as they go wicking down Main Street. Not exactly what I wanted.
Say wicked.
Wicked. To combine the tradition of the Sturgis Rally with American Flat Track Racing, the Sturgis Tourist Trophy Race will take place this year at the rally despite of pushback. To prepare for the new event, there was a testing, of course, Tuesday morning. AMA Pro Racing AFT Events in collaboration with the City of Sturgis conducted a successful test of the street course. Now, wait a minute. Let me get Heather in here. Are you with us? Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm going to bring you on screen. Here's what I don't understand. So they said they're doing the races despite the pushback. There wasn't just pushback. They literally had a vote of no from the citizens. Anyway, this is Heather. You're on.
Hi.
You know what I don't understand about all this? I can see Heather's video. I'm watching it.
Yeah?
Funny how that works.
Oh, he couldn't see us before. That's
Oh.
right. So this is Chris's big boy office. In the new space.
That's wonderful.
And then this, they're just about done. This is
That's the new
this
studio
is the new
space.
studios. Here, let's see.
Hey, Mark. Answer me a question. Can you see the other screen now with the video in?
Yep, I see two, left and right.
So I think I fixed the problem.
Woohoo!
Now you finally did.
It's okay. I got it figured out, that's great. So there's the tour of our great spot here at the Clockworks compound, or campus, excuse me. Look how cool that room is. Full of cool custom motorcycles, buddy.
There's the cool fire pole.
Are they they just bored and decided to put a fire slide pole in? Is that what happened?
It's just it's a fun place. It's a fun place to work. So, lots more coming from this as we get the studio up and running. You guys are gonna dig to see the evolution of this space. But so, Mark, you can actually see the other video now.
Oh yeah, I can see you.
I know what the problem is.
Real
Are we
nice.
still
I
live?
know
Are
what
we
the
still live?
problem
Do we still
is.
have our people?
Son of a bitch! It took me to the end of the show. Professional Monkey, I want to try it, but I think I dropped like a fucking rock. Actually, if I can do it, I know you can. It's awesome. Using the fire pole is super badass. Every once in a while, when you're having a rotten day, you want to do it just to see how it goes.
I don't think I would be successful.
All right, man. Well, listen, we're gonna wrap this one up because it's been another rough night trying to figure out the bugs, and I think at the very last minute, just like that, we figured it out. But you'll have to wait till next week. Son of a bitch.
Well, tune in next week.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out if we figured it out. A lot of figuring out going on there.
Anyway, tell your friends and neighbors about Shop Talk. We're going live with this one. Thanks again to A1 Mike. Thanks for Lisa coming in, giving us the update on the Laconia rally. And thank you guys for sharing your headspace with us every Sunday at 9 p.m. on the East Coast as we go live with another episode of Shop Talk from the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Until next week, get out, do something with your motorcycle. It's almost time for Sturgis. So
I'm ready.
There's that. We'll see you back here in the studio again next week. Same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Ride 'em, Felicia.
He said it.